So I finally watched a new anime of this year, and it is Sakamoto Days. Before I talk about it, there will be spoilers about it. You have been warned. So Sakamoto Days is about a former assassin named Taro Sakamoto that is a legendary hitman that retired, became a family man, and tried to run a convenience store and forget about his past life. However, his past does catch up by having random hitmen that have a massive bounty on him that tries to kill him in any way, shape, or form. Although Sakamoto is out of his prime and out of shape, he is still a formidable opponent and is extremely powerful and still considered to be one of the most powerful characters in the series. Now, there are also other characters that surround Taro Sakamoto, such as Shin Asakura, who is actually a mind reader, which is his best ability. And then there's another character named Lu Xiaotong, who is someone that used to be in a Chinese mafia, but now turned into an ally that works in the convenience store. Pretty much some of the characters that were initially against Sakamoto become a convenience store member of his shop and an ally and a friend. Now, with the story comes the pacing. The story is actually pretty well paced, I would say, for the most part. The beginning is a little bit slow here and there, but other than that, I really wouldn't complain too much about some of the fights that we see throughout the first season, such as I think the gambling episode or even like earlier episodes when assassins try to take out Sakamoto. I thought those were pretty much a waste of time, but for the most part, I thought everything else was totally fine. Now, the most interesting part of the pacing of the story is definitely the main villain known as Slur, aka Kei Uzuki. Kei Uzuki, to me, is the most interesting character out of everybody in the anime so far, knowing of why he wants to take out the JAA because he thinks it's a very justifiable cause, but particularly speaking, we don't know exactly why in full detail. But maybe when we get to season 2, hopefully by next year, we'll get to know and see why Kei Uzuki is doing what he's doing in full detail. And the other thing I want to mention is that as time goes on with the first season, it just gets better and better and better, and the pacing also just improves from there. Now, there is a civil war with the animation. I personally think the animation's fine. Is it my favorite though? No. But I think it's totally tolerable. I think it's good. I think it's something that most people wouldn't mind watching at all. It's not like Demon Slayer animation, but it's not as bad as like One Punch Man Season 3, which we'll definitely talk about in another video. Now, Sakamoto may seem like a very surface level anime, but it actually runs deeper than we actually think. Because with Sakamoto, it's all about Sakamoto's identity, whether it's his current identity of being a family man and a grocery shop owner, or maybe his past self of being a legendary assassin that still continues to haunt him to this day, of former enemies and even newer enemies to try to take him out and those who are close to him. So what could potentially happen for next season? Well, all I know is that in the end of the first season is that all of our main characters that we know are at the JCC, and even some characters that we saw at the JCC exams, such as a couple of characters, were captured by Slur and his group of villains, and maybe they will join with Slur instead of actually being on Sakamoto's side. Hopefully in the next season we see a lot of action, a lot of suspenseful moments, and way more character development for not only our main current cast of characters, but also characters that are either new that we've never even seen before, or even those who are still mysterious like Slur. Hopefully season 2 comes earlier than later for next year, because I would definitely want to watch season 2. And you're probably thinking, should I start watching this anime? The answer is yes. To see more breakdowns on old or new anime, please like the video down below. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. And I'll see you all next time.